Hey everybody, welcome back to the Workman's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Today's whiskey I'd like to review is Glenlivet 12. And been wanting to review this for a while. Um, it's this is the first scotch I had ever tried back in my early 20s. So, it's been on the list of whiskeys that I've been wanting to review. Um, Sorry I hadn't gotten to it until now, but here it is. Um, Glenlivet, pretty storied history. George Smith founded the distillery in Scotland, 1824, and it's long. I mean, that's a long time, almost 200 years. They're the top-selling Scotch in the world today, and this is an iconic Scotch, and I think anybody who has had Scotch or is interested in Scotch has either tried this or you should. This is a great entry level Scotch. Not even entry level. I mean, I love this stuff. This is uh, a great one. When I say entry level, I'm not. I don't mean it's like for beginners. What I'm saying is it's a good way. This is a good Scotch to introduce people to what Scotch is. Scotch and Irish whiskeys. They're such different spirits than what we have here in the U.S. They're so different than bourbons and Tennessee whiskeys. And I my sister is a huge Scotch fan. And I go back and forth. I say I'm if I had to tell you right now, I'm a bourbon guy. I love bourbon, but there's something about Scotch that keeps me coming back, and Glenlivet is one that I always go back to. This is the 12-year-old, aged for 12 years. There's also a 15-year, I think an 18-year. I mean, they have several of them, guys. We're going to review the 12-year today. We'll review the 15 at some point. That's one of my favorites as well. And I think we're also going to review the founders at some point. Glenlivet, price point, it's right there on the borderline of what I usually like to review here. Usually it's $30 and under. But, I've been wanting to review some of my favorites, which are, sometimes a little more than that. Glenlivet, you can get it for, low 30s on sale. Maybe closer to the 40s, not on sale. Maybe higher somewhere else. I don't know, but usually I see this for around $32, something like that. Anyway, guess we'll open it up, give it a pour, and Glenlivet, guys, it's a Speyside Scotch. Scotland, they have different areas where they make different kinds of Scotch. Like different styles. They have Speysides, which this one is. It's more kind of fruit forward. Not so like Highlands. I mean, a Highland usually, typically, it's got more peat. It's I don't know, peatier is a word, but anyway, it's got that peat flavor to it, and kind of gives you more of a smokiness. I love Lafroig, but it's definitely an acquired taste. Some people never acquire the taste, and that's fine too. Some people think, I know some people that they might tell you that Scotch is, superior to bourbon and Irish whiskey's superior to this or that, and some people will tell you the same about bourbon being superior to a Scotch or an Irish whiskey, and it's just like you got to appreciate a whiskey for what it is. I mean, so many different spirits from so many different places. I mean, Justin and Scotland alone, I mean, the difference between a Speyside and a Highland is ridiculous. I mean, they have some things in common, but they're totally different spirits. And no whiskey, uh, be it bourbon, Scotch, Irish whiskey, Canadian whiskey. I mean, it's all in what you like, guys. Um, but I mean, to say this is better than that, and more a higher class whiskey than this and that, it's just to me it's ridiculous. And anyway, there's enough, I guess, whiskey love to go around to uh, all of these whiskeys for me. And like I've told you guys before, I'd like to start reviewing some more Scotch uh, on this on this channel. Uh, a lot of bourbons reviewed here. So anyway, we'll get back to it. Look at the color here, and it's a light color, guys. I mean, a 12-year-old, but it's not like your crazy aged bourbons here in the U.S. It's different grains are going to give you have a lot to do with the color, and how they age and all that. And even though this is a 12-year-old, it's a nice light color, kind of a gold, I'd say, gold color. Makes me when I see a color like that, I already know how this tastes, but right away, you think it's going to be probably pretty light and fruity, have some fruity notes to it. And on the nose, guys, you get a lot of fruit. Like I said, it's you get a lot of some citrus there, a lot of lighter fruit flavors, apple, um, maybe some pear type notes to it. You get a little bit of that maltiness, um, uh, some oak in there. I know the oak that they use for Glenlivet 12. Um, I believe they use barrels that have had bourbon in them at some point. So um, it's kind of a cool little crossover there. Some honey, some floral notes in there, guys. Let's give it a taste. And on the palate, you get more of those fruity notes. You got the apple, a little bit of pear. I think I'm getting in there. Uh, some citrus, maybe some like lemon zest. But you're also getting some tropical fruit here, guys. You're getting some pineapple in there. Definitely some good pineapple flavors in there. Definitely got the honey note, some vanilla in there. Um, the oak from the barrel. There's just a lot going on with this, guys. This is a very good Scotch, and at $32, I mean this is a great buy. Those are the main things I'm getting. I'm getting, like I said, the different fruits. Apples, pears, the pineapple, the lemon zest, the oak, uh, the malt. Definitely some good malty flavors in there. I don't know what the mash bill is on this. Um, I don't know what the let's see. I think the ABV on this is probably it's probably an 80 proof, a 40%. I'm not seeing it on the bottle here, but probably just missing it right in front of me. There it is, 40% alcohol by volume. And it's just a really good, really iconic whiskey, guys. And I recommend this to anybody who wants to get into Scotch. For Scotch drinkers, people who already drink Scotch. I mean, I'm sure you've had this a million times, and there's a reason for it. There's a reason it's the number one Scotch whiskey in the world. So you find some Glenlivet, guys, give it a shot, and you're gonna love it. I think you'll love it. And I guess that's it for this time. You guys go on Facebook if you have Facebook. Find my page, The Working Man's Whiskey, and like the page, and we can talk all kinds of whiskey and make recommendations. Just stop by for a visit, just chat, whatever. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one. Till next time, cheers.